Nigerian soldiers killed in the theater of war against Boko Haram in Borno State were buried last week. The Islamist fundamentalist terror group ISIS has been fingered in the attack on Nigerian military formation, which caused the death of the soldiers. These facts point to the heightened dangers which the Nigerian troops face and the great sacrifices which they make every day to preserve Nigeria's nationhood.
The fifth columnist or the insider is not necessarily within the Nigerian army. We may have foreigners who are actually not supporting us, but who are hell-bent on ensuring that this insurgency continues.
We need a probe of military funding, particularly the funding here marked for the fight against insurgents. Could it be true that some people are actually using this as their own honeypot?
Very unfortunately, the debate over the number of troops killed, which the Nigerian military has kept a very high low-key about, has obscured a more important issue. It is understandable that the military follows the appropriate procedure in reaching the families of the bereaved soldiers. It is also understandable that the military does not celebrate the number of killed in order not to dampen the morale of the troops.
And some of the reasons why figures may be downplayed may be in order not to create panic. Right now, even the figures that are out there is panic, because if the military can be dealt with in this way, the people begin to talk about what might then happen. Okay, so you might want to reduce panic, but you need to weigh that and balance that with the question of building trust and confidence. So if you're going to tell a lie, you are better, if it is necessary to tell a lie, you are better tell a lie that you cannot be caught in.
What is not easily understandable, however, is the private burial given to the fallen heroes. Just in case there is any doubt, the Nigerian soldiers are some of the nation's best, who have enlisted to sacrifice their lives to preserve the nation and its people. Such a sacrifice captures the greatest gift which any man can give to his society. To bury the dead soldiers privately, instead of defiantly and proudly, is a sign of national ingratitude.
So in the private burials, you would want to ask the question, so were families taken into consideration? What role did the families play in doing that? So those are the questions you would want to ask. The second thing is also that the burial proper itself, and you can separate that into two things. You can have a private interment ceremony when they are actually interred, okay? But you can balance that with a public ceremony for their burial. We don't need to be there when you are interring them, for example. Probably just the families that are grieving, and this is the practice globally, really. But we can have a public ceremony to celebrate them.
The least the military should do is allow Nigerians as a people to mourn their loss, defy the terrorists by celebrating the heroes, and show gratitude to the families of the fallen heroes.
And if the state is not playing a leadership role, citizens are not going to follow suit. So this is one of those instances where what the state ought to do, okay, was to accord honor to these individuals. Part of that honor, like I've said, is doing a public ceremony. We can actually fly. We should be able to even declare a period of money, a day, 2 days of money, fly the flag at half-mast all over official places. We should be able to do those kind of symbolic things.
Whether one soldier was killed in the attack or 100, as observed by PDP presidential candidates Atiku Abubakar, President Muhammadu Buhari should have been at the burial. Today, the Nigerian flag must fly at half-staff in all ships in the nation's waters and buildings and embassies. This is the least the nation can do to show gratitude to the fallen soldiers. Ifunanya Ilodianya for Signature TV.